Hey everyone, welcome to an exclusive first look at Farming Simulator 25 Highlands Fishing. This is the first big expansion for the latest farming simulator, and we give you a little insight in advance of FarmCon 25. I'm Benny, Community Manager at Giant Software. Together with Martin, I'll guide you through this presentation.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Martin, I'm the Head of Marketing and PR at Giant Software, and we're taking you straight to the beautiful Scottish Highlands. And believe me, there's a lot to discover in Highlands fishing.
Exactly, from fish farming to onions and quite a few new surprises in between. This expansion brings a new crop, fish farming, brand new map, new production chains and of course fresh machinery into the mix.
We're really excited to finally show you what we've been working on, and we won't do it alone today.
Right, throughout the video we'll be joined by some of our colleagues from the development team. They show us a few of the new features and share some behind the scenes insights. And before we dive into the gameplay details, let's take a moment to look at the key art for the new expansion.
Yeah, there's a lot packed into this image, and it sets the tone perfectly for what Highlands fishing is all about.
Right in the center you'll spot the bright yellow JCB, a real eye-catcher and a powerful machine.
Surrounded by that beautiful, unmistakable Scottish Highlands scenery, a winding river, a calm bay, and those typical stonefield boundaries that really define the region.
But if you look closely, there are two little details that really stands out. There's a fisherman on the bridge, and way in the background, yep, that's a ship, and I think we will talk about that a bit later on the video.
Oh, for sure. And then there's this gorgeous Scottish castle, high up on the hill, built in traditional stone architecture, with towers and battlements that look like they've stood there for centuries. It's a real centerpiece for the map and really adds to the atmosphere. There are also new typical looking houses to be seen in the background.
I also see two adorable Highland kettles in the foreground, definitely a fan favorite already.
Oh yeah, and you out there in the community, you've already spotted so many more little hints and details in the artwork, but let's not keep you waiting.
Exactly. Time to dive in and check out Kinlake, our brand new map. Horia from our dev team is here to show us around, joining us from Switzerland. Hey Horia.
Hey Benny, hey everyone, and thanks for handing over. I'm an associate producer here at Giant Software, and I've been working on this expansion for the last 6 months, especially on the map. So I'm going to show you guys a bit from the port area. And of course, because of the gameplay of this map, it's fishing, we try to put most of the effort in here. Because the time is very short, I'll try to quickly show you some of the perks of the port area. One of the things that we added for the first time are birds crowds, especially seagulls. The seagulls should pop when fish is being brought to the port to add a bit more realism. On the right side of the port is the industrial side, where you guys can see a farming market where the fish will be sold. And on the left side, it's the old town of Kinlake. I will show you some of the buildings that we did for this town. As you guys can see, they're authentic. We really increased the amount of detail for these buildings, and we did some changes in the workflow and pipeline of the environment. Another thing that you'll notice about this map is that the traffic is on the left side. We added a double-decker for a bit more authenticity, and also you guys can see that the level of detail of the infrastructure is one step further from what we had before. In order to make this area and this map more realistic, of course, we had to add the stone fences that circles the fields. This will be available in the shop, in the fence subcategory, and everyone can do their own fields using them. Another unique element that we added for this map are the hedges. They are around the field, they are circling the field, and also the players can use them however they want. Here is another interesting part of the map, and also the double-decker again, driving on the left side. On this bridge, a stream train will cross, and a special case around the map. I'll just give you a quick sneak peek into these ruins here, and I'll let you guys guess what exactly we have to do with these ruins. And that's the first look on Kinlake. Thank you much, everyone. I would like to show you way more, but on FarmCon, we will present this map in detail. And now I'll hand it back to you in Erlangen. Goodbye.
Thanks, Oria, for that great first impression of the new map for Highlands fishing. Kinlake really captures the atmosphere of the Scottish Highlands, don't you think?
That's right. The layout feels authentic, and those little details like the fences, the port and the double-decker bus really brings the whole environment to life.
Yeah, and I love that we've gone with left-hand traffic this time. It's a small touch, but it adds so much to the feeling of being in the UK.
Yeah, and I'm sure the community will enjoy discovering all the hidden spots around the map. And don't forget, there's more to come at FarmCon. But that's not all. I'm now looking at the new vehicles, their functions with Stefan. He's already there, I go to him. Hi Stefan, nice to have you here in the studio.
Hi, nice to be here.
What are you gonna show us today in your gameplay footage?
Yeah, I prepared a little save game for you to show you some new features of the Highlands fishing. So the first feature I want to show you are the onions. So that's a new crop of the Highlands fishing. I prepared here a field already harvest ready, so we can directly harvest it here. On the onions here we see that the leaves are laying on the floor. So that basically means that the onions are ready to be harvested. They're a bit special from the implementation because they are growing a bit differently. You first have a different planter for them because they are not growing in regular rows. They are planted in beds. So you got basically beds of 5 rows of onions, and they are 1.5 meter wide. So yeah, that's how they look on the field. And here I prepared the tools to harvest the onions.
And I already saw that they are like 2 tools, one in front and one in the back, right?
Yeah, so it's a bit special. The first thing you need to do, you need to get out the onions out of the ground. And yeah, before getting them out of the ground, you need to cut off the leaves on the top of the onions, because yeah, as I said, they're laying on the ground. There are a lot of leaves, but you basically don't need them for the onions because you don't eat them basically. So the first thing the front tool is doing, it cuts off the leaves, digs the onions out of the ground and creates a nice windrow here in the center of the vehicle. And as we got a windrow here and it runs below the tractor, the onions are not squashed by the tractor because they're in a nice windrow in the middle. And in the back we got a second tool. What the second tool does is here basically it is used for additional cleaning of the onions, so it removes the dirt a bit more because you got longer belts to clean the onions.
Right.
And at the back you got then 2 belts which can be used in different configurations. So right now that's like the work mode you have if you want to drop the onions in the center of the tool. So that's how I'm using it here. But you can also change the direction you want to drop the onions. So you can put them on the left or right side. So if you're driving up and down, you can also combine 2 rows into one windrow. So if you switch the discharge side here.
Oh,
so
got it.
We got some really nice animations for them. So
I'm looking forward to that.
yeah, so I still want to keep something for FarmCon. But yeah, that's the basic theory of onion harvesting.
Cool.
And also, I will show you how to get the onions out of the field, because they're laying here in nice rows, but you somehow need to have them on the farm, or you want to sell them, so you need to get them out of the field.
So cool. Player can expect obviously something new and a new crop. That's cool.
Let's jump to the next stuff I prepared. We are here on our beautiful farm, I would say. It's really nice. So got some old fences, and so I really like the map, to be honest.
I mean, we have seen a lot from Horia earlier today, but yeah, that farm looks nice.
I prepared here a production point. We introduce with this Highlands fishing, as the name says, fishing to the game.
Now we're there, guys.
Yeah, so we got here our small fish farm or small fish production. We got basically 2 steps producing fish. So you grow little fish or young fish, and then at some point you put them into the ocean and they grow more and more, and you got then bigger fish which you can sell then afterwards. So, but that's here like the first step. So you produce like young fish which are ready to be put in the ocean. What you need for that? You need fish food, of course.
Right.
So I got here my nice JCB tractor. It's an old JCB tractor, so it's also a new tractor of the DLC.
Right. We already saw it on the key artwork that JCB might be a cool brand to expect in the Highlands fishing.
Yeah, of course, it matches the scenery quite good. So it's a nice tractor. It's from the 2000s, around 2000 it was built. So an older one, but we also got new ones, as you saw on the artwork. And I used it here to bring the fish food. We got food for the fish, of course, and then we can go into the production. So it's a nice building here. And you see here these 4 tanks. So this is where the fish grow. Can see them here nicely swimming around. Really nice animations.
Yeah, I really like the
them. Yeah. And you see here all the fish food, so it's ready for them. So they're growing here and replicating themselves. And then on the outside here, boxes of fish spawn. So those fishes are then ready to put into the ocean.
All right, I understand.
Because then they are big enough to don't leave the net that is in the ocean. Otherwise, they would be just too small and they would just escape.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's why we got here this like 2 steps. So then you can use the forklift to load it up, bring it to the harbor, and at the harbor we got the next part of the DLC. So it's a bit bigger. We got here a ship. So
wow, so this is something very special and new to the game.
Yeah,
there are ships, boats. However, what you can tell us about the whole function of ships and boats?
Yeah, so this ship is like a cargo ship, so it's a bit bigger ship. It's mainly used to bring the small fishes out to the aquaculture on the ocean,
right?
But also bring the food out and get the bigger fishes in and then sell them at the selling point at the harbor. I think Horia showed you this already. That's the nice harbor area, and this is where you can then sell the fishes afterwards. And we got also here a nice feature. Just want to tease that. So we got here a nice little crane. It's from the function, quite nice. We'll show you on FarmCon.
Thank you, Stefan, for the first impression of Highlands fishing. I think there's a lot in there. Gameplay, vehicles, and onions, of course. So we will see more at FarmCon, right?
You definitely will, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was a really awesome first impression. Even boats are now in the game.
I'm really excited about what we've just seen, especially the boats and the onions. Both are brand new elements to the series, and I think they'll open up some interesting new possibilities for how we play the game.
Absolutely. And remember, there's still more to come at FarmCon 25 in Kundl, Austria. We'll be showing you even more of the expansion and diving deeper into what's ahead.
Right. And just as a quick reminder, Highlands Fishing releases on November 4th and is available for pre-order now. If you already own Year 1 Season Pass, it's included at no extra cost.
And just as we are about to wrap up, look at that, I see something different on the screen now. Martin, I think this one is yours. What can you tell us about Project Motor Racing?
Great question. Project Motor Racing is an upcoming sim racing game that we at Giant Software are publishing this fall. It's all about precision, speed, and realism, and we think racing fans will love it. It's also available for pre-order now, and for the very first time, the public will be able to play it hands-on at FarmCon on July 5th and 6th in Austria.
We can't wait to see you all there in Kundl, where we'll be celebrating Farming Simulator together with you. And of course, sharing even more exciting insights and reveals.
See you at FarmCon, and thanks for watching.